Welcome to Nellen in New York. I am Nellen Hunt. With me today is the incomparable, I know I called you that before, Stef Kalloo. Steph, thank
Hi.
you so much for joining us today and, just being able to chat. And, one of the things we were talking about is I love the fact that people have such to me, amazing stories. I
Yeah.
grew up knowing that people became doctors, lawyers, teachers, professors, and there were also people who were what they would call back then on the fringe, your actors, your singers, your pan players, and that kind of
Yeah.
thing. And I used to find those things fascinating because they were not 9 to 5. So how did
Uh,
you go from, being expected to become a 9 to 5er and being this artist, musician, dancer, entrepreneur, businesswoman, model? I know I'm missing things out.
no,
How
it's
did you,
okay.
how did you start? How did you say 9 to 5 is not for me, mommy? I go in and sing.
I know. I think since as a child, I couldn't stay in one spot for too long. So even the idea of sitting in an office for that amount of hours scared me so much. And I tried it. Like I tried it for a couple. I tried two jobs, two office jobs before, and it was torture. like, like so I want sometimes I wanted to just run out the building, literally.
Wow.
And I used to cry. I feel trapped and my soul feels trapped. And I was still doing music on the side. Like I never stopped doing music. I never stopped doing dance or like any of my other passions that I always stuck with that. And then just say, you know what, let me do what I love to do and make myself happy and not anybody else. Like that was my goal. And I just quit and I'm like even if it have days where I'm not making anything, the fact that like I doing what I love is more important to me than anything else.
So, Steph, do you ever get stage fright? And do you still get stage fright if you used to get stage fright?
Yeah, I do. Well, in the beginning though, it was bad. Like I used to forget lyrics. I used to say the most awkward things. Like I have video of them.
Yeah.
And one time it was pop rock or something I was performing here, and I was about 15 or 16. And I just didn't know how to speak to a crowd. So I would say the weirdest things. So
Like
I
what?
told the
Like
crowd,
what? Tell us. And I have to get a hold of that video too.
my parents were there, and I heard my mom on the video saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe she said that." I was I was telling the crowd, I was like, "Hey guys, I have a wedgie. Hold on, let me just pull it out." And I did. I pulled out my wedgie in front of the whole crowd. Yeah, yeah, stuff like that.
Oh my goodness. What did your what did your mother say
Yeah.
after?
She's like, out of all the things, this is what you've come up with to say. And she's like, you need to work on your talking skills because that just not cutting it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's because I
But
used to
I
be
love it.
nervous. I didn't know what to say. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That you can go, hold on, I have a wedgie, let me fix it. And
If I could, I mean, I still like that. Like I'm still like that around friends and things.
yeah.
But I mean, on stage, I wouldn't really do that now. I don't think so.
Not that you're a professional, not that you're a seasoned professional.
Oh
But
gosh, I
one of
wouldn't
the
even
things
say that.
one of the things that's interesting, Steph, is you talk about the fact that, even if you're not making anything, you're still pursuing what you love. And I know it's a cliche question, but what do you have to say to people who sitting down, some people who are working remotely now? So, money is
Yeah,
important. Money is important. People
like
trying to
money.
But
Yeah.
what do you say to people who go, I wish I could, for a long, long, long time, I wanted to be a backup singer for Calypsonian.
Really?
My mother, listen, I had a charmed childhood. My mother used to work for Sparrow.
Wow.
Sparrow used to have a record shop on Frederick Street. And from school in the afternoon, if she would let me a lot of the time, I would go and meet my mother there and sit down in the record shop. And here I am watching Funyuns coming and going, and I going, who is that? Who is that? And Sparrow had a record shop, and for a long, and my mother couldn't understand, why do you want to sing backup? And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? I seen these people singing backup for Sparrow and Kitchener and all these people that I grew up
Yeah.
watching, and you are wondering. And she said, no, no, So I completely understand when you say, your mother is saying to you, you have to work on your skills, and it's wonderful though that you have that support, that you have
Yeah,
your
yeah,
mom
she
telling you,
totally supported me.
you need to work on this and not, you see, I tell you, this is not for you, go back and ask for that job at the bank or go back and ask for that job in the office.
I mean, there were moments where my parents did say that, and then they see how unhappy I was when I was working in an office job, and they were
Yeah,
like, "Well, just do what you love to do, and
yeah,
I mean, do what you're good at too, like."
yeah,
But if you're doing it, put 100% in it. Like you're dancing, whatever your craft is. If I have to tell somebody who want to do a creative job,
yeah.
it's just to keep working hours and hours and just it's a discipline at the same time. Like you have to work at it every day, you know. But you have to love it. You can't just think of it as like, oh, I have to go and rehearse now. It's like I genuinely like to rehearse, or like I like to write for hours at a time. So
Yeah.
it's just something you have to love.
Come and together to jump Come and together to jump Baby, I see you before. Got my eyes all over you. Baby, I'm ready for more. Let me take a line with you. Tell me what you're feeling for. And it's over all on the floor. Show me you're ready for sure. So come on together to jam. Now we mix it up like Kalloo. Bring that thing, show me what you could do. Give me the thing we have all day. Show Caribbean gal don't play. But I move like so you're moving too. Push right back and I groove with you. Oh, we do it, a man's up and sway. Show them that we don't play. Come over and walk it. Give me thing and walk it. Trini girl and walk it. Wind it slow and push it back and walk it. Come over and walk it. Give me thing and walk it. All on the road when you see me come and walk it. Come over and walk it. Give me thing and walk it. Wind it slow and push it back and walk it. Come over and walk it. Give me thing and walk it. All on the road and we can go low. Come over here, go low. Winding back a little slow. Baby, we could go low, low, low. We could go low. Come over here, go low. Put your hands on my shoulder. Baby, we could go low, low. So come and take a little jump and we mix it up like Kalloo. Bring that thing, show me what you could do. Give me the thing we have all day. Show a Caribbean gal don't play. But I move like so you're moving too. Push right back and I groove with you. Oh, when you're in a man's up and straight. Show them that we don't play.
Of all the disciplines you're involved in, because like I said, you have your hands in a lot of things. Is there one that you think, this is the one that I really love, but I'll do the others because I also like them too? Do you have a favorite? Which one is your favorite child?
Music, music.
Music.
But unfortunately, right now I can't put all my efforts into it because of this time. We can't really perform as much as we
Yeah.
would like to. So I put my efforts now into like my dancing. I teach dance too on the side, like belly dance.
Mm-hmm.
And I started a class in Tobago as well, so that's doing great, and I'm so happy
A
because they
belly
don't.
dancing. So you go over to Tobago just to teach belly dancing. For a
Yeah,
weekend, for a week, for what?
for a weekend, yeah. So it's gonna be like a monthly thing now.
Once a month.
Yeah, at Kalloo Village. At
Yeah.
Kalloo Village Hotel, yeah. I
And
love the space
everybody,
there.
you're listening, belly dancing classes, Stef Kalloo, Kariwak Village. Steph, how do you teach belly dancing in Tobago? And who is coming to these classes?
Some amazing women. Like I have a class actually happening on my birthday itself, which is this weekend. And people, a lot of women, they heard about it from since the first one. So the hotel actually helps promote it too. And
Yeah.
they wanna come and check it out because they don't have any kind of, I guess, sort of activity or dancing like that. It's more exotic. So women over there, they wanna do something and they wanna feel sexy and they wanna have a new hobby. So I super glad to to meet them and to teach them.
This is Nalanan. We're talking with Steph Kalloo today. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Yeah, yeah. Steph Kalloo. Mama said, don't chase nobody. Let them go, let them go, let them go. 'Cause you have no power over me. Let them go, you can go. 'Cause I am wonderful and I am magical. I am so powerful. But you did not see I'm incredible. I am invincible. I am unstoppable. And I just wanna say that better days are coming my way. Oh, yeah. Better days are coming my way. I come here to live my life. I come here to live my life. He made a way for me. Show me the light on the other side. Nobody can say otherwise. 'Cause I've been through things I know ups and downs. I want a victory.
Welcome back, everyone. I am Nalan Hunt. We are speaking with Steph Kalloo today, and through the magic of technology and all of that. And Steph has amazing locations that she's shooting from. And
I'm in serious, guys.
you talked about before we went to break about the women that you're teaching and the fact that they feel sexy.
Yeah.
Um, do you find that teaching belly dancing right now has taken on a different angle than, let's say, it normally would have? The fact that we talk about women wanting to feel sexy, especially with everything that's going on now, how does feeling sexy come into? I mean, I know I see how feeling sexy comes into belly dancing because it's such an awesome movement. But how do you feel sexy when you're trying to and turn and I am picturing myself and it's not looking good.
Well, I kind of like to make everybody feel super welcome in the class and not to feel like, oh, well, I'm not looking as good as the other girl across the room. Like, I don't ever want anybody to feel like that in the class.
Yeah.
So I do like little icebreakers. Everybody introduce themselves. Everybody get a chance to go in the middle. Like I'll do a circle, and anybody go in the middle and freestyle and do whatever they want, whatever they feel like. Yeah, so I try to make it not too serious at the same time, but where they could feel comfortable. And people love that. Like they love coming to a safe space. I create
Yeah.
a safe space for them. I do lots of stretches, and a lot of the women that I taught, they said that it helped them open up with their feminine energy and their sexuality, and they lost weight and like all of these great things. And I'm like, ah, I feel
Wow.
so happy hearing it. Yeah.
Wha- Unlocking your sexual energy, your
Yeah.
feminine energy, and who would have thought? Because belly dancing it's sensual looking, but it looks hard. Like to be able to do. I saw this woman who could roll 4 shillings, or is it like this,
Oh,
4 quarters, like up and
yeah.
down, and then one up at a down at a time. That is
Yeah. It's a lot
muscular
of muscle.
dexterity, like
Yeah. It's a lot of
crazy.
muscle control. But then there are like women who just come just to do it as a hobby. They don't want to get too serious, but at the same time, they want to get a workout. They want to
Yeah,
have fun. So I try to do a balance of both where they actually learn moves, but they also have a workout at the same time. So it's kind of like yoga mixed with belly dance, mixed with Zumba, mixed with, some traininess in it too.
yeah.
Because I will break it down into terms. Like if it's like a hip circle, I will break it down and say like cent, 5 cent, 10 cent dollars. So that they feel like, oh, this is not like otherworldly. Like to me, like they feel comfortable knowing things like that. So
Yeah. And
yeah.
why belly dancing?
Oh, I've done it now. This year will be 16 years since I've been doing belly dance.
Wow.
Training, and I started training with a Ukrainian belly dancer called Astagova, and she's amazing. So I do online training with her still, and I do like tribal belly dance. And it's a combination of belly dance, ballet, and Indian classical. So I'm learning
Wow.
like a whole new technique. Yeah, it's amazing.
Are there any men in your classes?
No, not yet. Like guys message, right? But they just want to come and look at the girls.
Yeah.
They don't want to come and learn anything.
Yeah.
Who knows? I might have one later on, you never know.
Listen, if you're doing it virtually and the video will never go anywhere, I could possibly be convinced to sign up.
No, would you want to come and try? I could do it for me next class if you want to do an online. I could put it online. You could do it with us.
Oh gosh, I don't know yet, girl. I need a couple months.
A couple more.
Stef Kalloo here once again. Bring the good vibes, no complaints. Yeah, what me saying lately, I like to go a long, long way. Never see me chasing all them other things have a lonely place. Show me oceans, take me on a ride, go far away. See riches in skies and trees, I'm a love struck renegade. Island me for all the pennies in the world I will never trade. Sunsets and roses, roses, Santana those, yeah. Give me all the things somebody cannot buy, not buy, yeah. Give me all the things somebody cannot buy, not buy, yeah. I've got a taste for simple love, yeah, yeah. Give me all the things somebody cannot buy, not buy. Road tripping and naked under waterfall. Kiss me, you could do no wrong at all, wrong at all. Road tripping and naked under waterfall. No.
Welcome back to Nellen in New York. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're speaking with Stef Kalloo today, where before we heard her try to trick me into joining a belly dancing class, but we know it's never going to happen. And, and
Don't
now we are going to discuss you're a businesswoman as well. I mean, everything you do has a business side, but you
Yeah,
are now involved in a business where you've decided, you know what, let me once again go out there and see what I can do.
yeah. Well, I started a brand called Island Gypsy with Shadi Abraham. So you'll hear from her later on with that. And we actually decided to do this because we had so much friends who started it and even started before COVID, but we saw a rise in, I guess, artisans and local vendors during this whole time, and people putting all their talents to use and creating all these products from, handmade stuff like lotions, woodworking, body butters, food. It's like so much. So we were like, let's just do a market, our own market, and invite people to come and sell, and so they have a chance to, it will keep rotating, so people could come on board whenever they have things that they want to sell. And we did it at the Chocolate Bar Cafe, a very intimate sort of backyard setting in the
Yeah.
cafes in Santa Cruz. So we did it at night. We want to keep a whole night theme going, hippie, bohemian, that kind of vibe. So Island Gypsy was like the name that we came up with, and the two that we had so far was we had a great turnout, and all the vendors were amazing. Like we had a list, so I could always send you that, and you could post it up so you could check them out, all the vendors. And we want to take it to Tobago as well and keep doing this monthly market where people have a chance to keep selling
Yes.
and promote, their own products. So it's kind of like a win-win because we also get to sell ours, Way and Tiny Butter. Those are our brands as well too.
What are
And then
those products? What are those?
Way is my business. So I do sandals. I love burlap. So I create burlap clutches and placemats. And I did face masks during the COVID too. So I will have some other things coming out eventually. Tiny Buddha, she does. Shadi, she does like crystals, healing crystals, incense, dream catchers, coconut candles. So these unique
Wow.
little things, yes, very unique gifts. So
So where do people go to find out where Island Gypsy will be next? There's a website, there is a
we have a page on Instagram,
right,
and yes, I will send you that information.
Island
Um,
Gypsy on Instagram. Cool.
and I also started a CBD tea business with a girlfriend of mine, Ria Charles, and it's called Stella Infusions. So we're trying to do a lot of local flavors. Like
Yeah.
the past couple of months, we started with sorrel CBD teas and
Wow.
lemongrass. And yeah, so that a lot of people had it for Christmas as gifts. And we were like amazed because we had no idea so much people had sleep disorders and
Yeah.
anxiety disorders, and it was kind of overwhelming, but we're so happy. So we're gonna have new flavors coming out soon, like probably mango, coconut, like all these
No,
different flavors.
I don't know the details about CBD. What is CBD really supposed to be? What is it derived from? No, because when I hear people say
Yeah,
CBD, because of how it's marketed a lot of the time, I go,
yeah,
what is that? Weed oil?
yeah,
You know? And
yeah,
then
yeah.
then a lot of the people who are involved with it say, well, I don't know, but I think it's weed. And I go, oh,
Listen.
but what is
So
it?
CBD is just a compound from the cannabis, from hemp, and hemp is a type of cannabis plant, but it's not the that what everybody thinks is like the marijuana, the
Oh,
natural marijuana, but it's a natural compound that is used for people with joint pains and anxieties and
mhm.
sleep disorders and all that. And it doesn't contain THC, which you would get in marijuana. THC is the psychoactive compound that makes you high,
Oh,
but so CBD does not contain that. Yeah, it
okay.
just makes
This is like
you
a
move.
chemistry lesson for me, Steph, because
Yeah,
it both items are marketed as being more effective, more natural in their base content, therefore making
yeah,
them more attractive to a lot of people. I mean, we've seen we you see those commercials where you say, take this pill, it will make your skin glow. And then you hear,
Right.
but the side effects are kidney failure, liver failure, lung failure, your teeth will drop out. So I always think, what is the point?
Yeah,
So those are being really pushed now as alternative types and forms of medicine. So now that I understand, I'm not going to feel like if I was drug tested somewhere, they would go, but this
yeah.
man is smoking weed on the job.
Oh, it's actually natural, so it doesn't really
Yeah,
have it really any side effect except for the fact that it just makes you super chill and
yeah.
mellow. Yeah.
Oh, and we could all do with a little mellowing.
Yeah. Would you believe most of our clientele now are like over 40, over 50?
Wow.
Yeah,
Maybe
because
one day when I reach that age, I will be.
yeah, people love the fact that it makes them chill, like they don't
Yeah,
stress, they sleep, you get a full night's sleep. So we're so happy
yeah.
for the what we've been receiving, all the reviews. We're super happy to hear that.
Wow. So it's wonderful that you have access to these things and they make themselves so attractive to people because they don't have all they don't have all the chemicals,
Yeah.
all the pharmaceuticals that so many of us are so allergic to. But you find
Yeah.
you take these medicines because you have to, but it
Right.
fixes one thing and then it causes problems to something else.
I know, and I personally I hate chemicals. Like I hate unnatural things in my body.
Yeah.
I don't drink soft drink. Okay, I lie. I would drink Coca-Cola only in the cinema. Only because nothing else tastes good with popcorn.
Are you kidding me? Red Solo, banana.
Nah,
I don't drink soft drink, but I am if I could find Red Solo in New York, that
I
might
will find a place for you, and I'm not there, but I saw a friend. She was drinking it, so I'm gonna ask her where she got it.
that could be the end of me. The next episode will be me filming how to lose weight or something like that.
While drinking red
But
solo.
I'll be like, Red Solo makes you put on weight, but you need to pace yourself.
Oh lordy.
So Steph, we have to talk some more, and I feel badly for our audience and our fans because I think I am enjoying this way more than them.
Probably from March, like you have to have multiple streams of income. You
Yeah,
can't depend on one thing because look what happened to the industry at the moment.
yeah,
It just sort of on a pause.
yeah,
So I mean, nothing wrong with dabbling and trying different ideas. I mean, you just never know. You could balance it. You could balance it,
yeah.
and still put your 100% in everything.
Perfectly said.
Yeah,
Balance and 100%. Steph
yeah.
Kalloo, thank you so much. I look forward to talking to you again,
Oh,
and just hearing more about all these adventures and that sort of thing that you're doing. But thank you for talking to us. Thank you for inspiring young people. Thank you for inspiring young women. Thank you for inspiring people who, like I said, I think a lot of people tend to, like you said, you it's your passion, and I think it's good for people to hear that. You know what? I like this, and I could actually even be able to make some money from it.
yeah. And just have no doubts. Just go for it.
Yeah. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. On behalf of everyone here, stay safe. Thank you for watching Nellen in New York.